Today I'm test carving two of my pumpkin shading stencils. Now these might look complicated, but they're actually fairly straightforward to carve as they don't have loads of complicated tonal changes. So with a little bit of time and effort, anyone should be able to use these to turn out an impressive pumpkin. I've put links to both these stencils below, and there's a code later in this video to get these for free so you can give them a go for yourself. Real pumpkins aren't available just yet, so I'm carving these onto some of my homemade foam pumpkins. I use different tools for foam pumpkins, but the principle is exactly the same. I'm going to carve into the pumpkin to various depths to create the tonal changes, with the brighter parts being really deep into the pumpkin. So I'm just going to print the designs out in the size I want, and I'm going to stick them to the front of my pumpkin with spray mount. I'll then simply cut through the paper and all the black areas with my nail drill and go deep into the pumpkin. These are designed to be basic shaded patterns, perfect for a quick carve if you're an experienced carver. This one took me around 3 hours. Or if you're new to pumpkin shading, these are good designs to cut your teeth on, but they might take you a little bit longer than 3 hours. The dotted areas are tonal changes, so I'm not going to go very deep into the pumpkin on those areas. Once I've carved all the black parts, I'll remove the stencil, and using a second printout as reference, I'll gradually blend backwards from the highlights to create a few midtones. I'm going to use a bit of black pen and add a bit more contrast to make the bright areas pop. This second one is a little bit more complicated and took a bit longer, but there's nothing too tricky here as it's more or less one tone, but there are lots of little nooks and crannies to get into, which makes it a bit more of a challenge and a little bit more time consuming. Now I've gone quite deep into the pumpkin. When you're going deep like this, it's always a good idea to carve the pumpkin at an angle and consider where the person viewing the pumpkin is going to be standing. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine that this is a cross section of a pumpkin with the light source inside here, and the person looking at the pumpkin is standing over to the side with the design being on the front. Now imagine I cut straight into the pumpkin. The light is bouncing around inside and travels in a straight line. As the light comes through, unless you're standing in this exact position, you won't see the highlight. All you're going to see is the side of the cut you've made. However, if you cut in at an angle, you open up the viewing angle of the highlight, meaning that anyone standing in this zone will see the highlight. This is something I like to do on all my pumpkins, regardless of whether they're foam or real ones. Again, for this one, I'm also going to add some black pen to this. Put links to both of these stencils below, and if you use the code YTPFreak24 you'll be able to get them for free for yourself. I'll be picking up real pumpkins soon, and I'll be carving some of my stencils on those. In the meantime, you can check out this video which shows 3 different ways to get your pattern onto a real pumpkin. Hope you found this video useful. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.